All
Welcome
right.
to Rhythm and Roads, Las Vegas. I'm your host, Joshua Jacob. On today's show, we have a very special guest. We have founder and guitarist for the rock band OG8. Welcome, Troy Williver.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me. I really
Hey,
appreciate it.
man. Yeah, pleasure. It's such an honor to have you on the show and share your journey and the stories behind your music. And just, yeah, I can't wait. So,
Cool. Cool. Well, the pleasure's mine, man. I really appreciate your time too.
oh, well, thank you, brother. Thank you. But yeah,
Yeah.
let's start with chapter one on Troy Williver and just how you started getting into music, how you started learning guitar, and then we go from there.
Sure. Yeah. So, I mean, I'll give you the abridged version.
Sure.
Like, it would have been like around 73, 74. My parents, I was pretty active kid.
Okay.
So, and I probably only sleep still 4 hours a day or a night. So
Really? Wow.
back then, yeah, they thought it'd be a good way for me to get my energy out by getting me a drum kit. So I played drums from like 73, 74 in the little elementary band, and then kind of graduated up to the 80s and started playing guitar.
Wow.
I had 3 albums at the time, and I had an old Hitachi stereo with an 8 track.
Wow.
And I had 3 albums. It was Eric Clapton's Slow Hand, Led Zeppelin 2, and I had Frampton Comes Alive. And so I
Wow.
literally, like my eighth grade summer, I sat after playing drums. My mom hated me playing drums. So after she got it for me and my dad got it for me, then they hated it, which
Oh,
all
yeah, it's
parents.
very loud in the house.
Well, to tell you the truth, not to change the subject, but
Yeah.
for Christmas, I think a couple years ago, my wife Mary and I sent a drum kit to Jamie's daughter Z.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know if they've opened it yet, but
Oh, okay.
anyway, so I started playing drums, and then moved to guitar in the like eighth grade summer, and I had those 3 albums. So I kind of learned what was going on with the frequencies and with tunings, on those albums. Because I was like always wondering, like, how are they getting these tones? How are they getting these sounds? Even when I was young. And so I kind of like sat and practiced and practiced and practiced, and finally kind of
Wow.
figured out where on the neck everything fit. And then just played with bands over the years and over the years, and then live, and then recordings. And we did a recording in the 80s and in the 90s, of course. And then in the 2000s, we did one that got me down to Los Angeles, 90s,
Whoa.
2000s. And I was lucky enough to meet a guy named Smokey Wendell, and he was Joe Walsh's kind of security main guy and had been with him since the 70s.
Wow.
And kind of took me under his wing. And, from there, it brought me into kind of nowadays, which is completely different than the early days. The early days in music seemed to be record labels and
Mm.
keeping your name out of the news.
Oh, okay.
And now it's socials and keeping your name in the news. So
Very different, huh? Yeah.
it's night and day, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, what do we say? We're digital immigrants, and our kids are digital natives.
I'm still learning too, man. It's like a
Yeah,
process. Every
right.
day's a learning experience. Yeah.
But anyway, so flash forward to that. I started a couple of businesses outside of music,
Wow. Okay.
and put everything in storage for a number of years in the 90s and late 90s, early 2000s, and made those successful. And then my wife and I, after the kids went to college, I thought, it'd be better to get back into music because I'm actually going to enjoy it now rather than it
Oh,
being like
yeah.
a job. And we put together a band of friends and acquaintances. And one of them turned out to be Jamie Lynch, who lives in
Oh,
Las
cool.
Vegas.
Right, right.
One of my really good friends growing up, elementary school, by the way. His name's Troy Burgess. He's a Las Vegas guy, and he's toured the world. He's an
Wow.
entertainer, wonderful person, got a great family. And Jamie happened to dance with his wife, Troy's wife, in a show in Vegas. And I
Okay.
had called Troy in like late 2022 and asked him if he knew anybody that was interested maybe in singing on a project. At the time, I just wanted to do an album.
Mm,
And he gave me a couple of names, and one of those names was Jamie. And it just stood out. I mean, he gave me 3 names, and Jamie stood out.
mm.
And I said, well, if you get a minute, if you could have her call me, if it works out, that'd be great. And it turns out she called, and she was just immediately, I could tell she was just a sweetheart of a soul.
That's
just
awesome. Yeah.
first impression right off the bat.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wow, this is kind of interesting. And I had seen Troy sent me a couple of things that she had done, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, she's really good. And come to find out that, she might be interested. So I get this phone call. It was in April and of 23.
Okay.
And how much, I don't know, I'll have to figure that out. But anyway, 22, 23, April. And the next thing that happened was we're talking on the phone, and I just had this inclination to say, hey, when's your birthday? And there was this dead silence. And she goes, today. And
Oh
I went, you're
wow.
kidding me. Yeah, so it was just kind of like a bunch of coincidences that all turned out to be like even they grew as time went
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
We've become good friends, and then add in the talent that's in this band, me excluded, is Phil Baker, George Mitchell, Renato Carano, Michael Underwood,
Wow.
Jamie Lynch, Drew Canulet,
Yeah.
Mark Levinson. The original eight are our producer engineer, our attorney agent, and confidant godfather, and then myself, and then the rest of the band.
Wow.
It makes up eight of us. That's how we came up with original
That's how
eight.
you came up with it. That's interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love the fact that how everyone came together at the right time. The bandmates, Jamie, and I believe what's meant for you will find you, and the way it flows naturally, that's the best because it's meant for you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with that. In fact, when you think of evolution in projects or even life, it's kind of letting go of it all, the
Mhm.
reins, if you will, and letting things develop.
Right.
Because when you've got the amount, I keep bringing it up, but it can't be stressed enough. I think, the band, the rhythm section of this OG8 band is a high performance engine.
Oh yeah. Can't
The best
imagine.
way to describe it. They are true musicians
Yeah.
and no ego.
That's
It's
awesome.
it's
Wow.
it's so refreshing,
Yeah.
so we literally can come into a room and say, hey, try this, or hey, try this, or that didn't work, E flat over G. Let's try this.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know is we're sitting back going, wow, that's pretty cool. You know, and
Wow.
that's how we're writing this album. The last album was in chapters.
Okay.
For me, as it kind of progressed, like a song is a snapshot in time.
Yeah.
I believe the guitar is an extension of your soul and you
Mhm.
project with it.
Right.
And so each one of the songs that we did on the first album was indicative of us going through this evolution to get to where we are now.
Wow. That's awesome. It's interesting, right, to see the development from the timeline of when it all starts and where it's at now. I mean,
Yeah,
and that's a really good learning for us, right, to grow, to see where we started and where we're at, and it helps us for future projects. So,
there's no business like show business.
right,
So,
right, yeah,
when you're in the right situation, it tells you.
yeah, that's
I
awesome.
believe.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and the fact that what I love is how each of you in the studio, as you're writing the songs, working on different styles of the instruments, right, of rhythm, and just each of you have a part that brings to OG8, and that's what's important. It's not one person leading the band. It's not one that's standing out. Like you said, you guys don't have egos, but it's each of you that presents something to the band. So that way, when you're on stage and you're performing or in the studio recording, you look back and when you're like, this was all of us doing this together. And the quality is what stands out because you both were all in it together.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love
Right.
it.
I couldn't have said that better.
Oh, I mean, I can't wait even for your future album that it's in the works, man. So Jamie
Well,
told me about it. I'm like, oh, so cool.
well, no, I'm not going to divulge anything.
No, that's fine.
I'm really proud of it,
Yeah.
and this one is for the ages. I'll
Yes.
tell you,
Oh, I bet.
it's going to be the best of all of us.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Well, before we get ahead,
Yeah.
the single, one of the hits, "Woman." That was interesting. I love the style. Like it's very catchy. The music video is pretty cool too, especially with Jamie. But yeah, what's your thoughts on just the singles that you have out from that first album, starting with "Woman"?
Yeah, so I mean, thanks. The song "Woman," WOMAN,
Yeah,
it was developed during the recording sessions of the first album,
Okay.
and we had Phil Baker here at my home studio, and Jamie and myself and Drew, our engineer. Michael and Phil weren't here, or excuse me, Michael and George weren't here. So Phil on bass, me on guitar, and Mike on drums. We had recorded till like 3 in the morning the night before or the morning before,
Yeah.
and I think Michael Underwood was getting ready to cruise that day, and so we woke up. It must have been like 5, 6 in the morning, a couple of hours of sleep. And I go, let's do a 145, just something bluesy so that, we have something along those lines. Drop a Hammond B3 solo on it and a sax solo, and just kind of have like a feel good bar, saloon song. And so Mike's like, yeah, sure. So he comes down and I poured in 2 shots of vodka,
Oh,
and I'm pretty sure I had the same. I'm 365 days sober now.
are you
But back,
really?
yeah.
Oh,
And
wow, man. Congrats.
thanks, dude. I've never
Yeah,
felt more
man.
healthy. It's
Oh,
really cool.
wow.
But anyway, so we were back then we were having a party, which we still are. It's just different.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we had some shots, and Phil was in here, and we just locked it down to no click. And I just played a 145, with a turnaround in a different spot. And we said, that's kind of fun. That's all right. And then we mixed it out, and then Jamie came up with Woman for it. And I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's a feel good song
It
for
is.
saloon. And so we went back when we actually, it's kind of interesting you brought it up. We went back and listened to it against the click. And even though we were having a blast on little sleep, pretty proud of the fact that we were almost perfect with the click with no click
Wow.
on that
Really
song. Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So it's a
Wow.
feel song, totally.
Yeah, and it's
And
very catchy. I mean, it's just something really good feel song and
thanks.
yeah. And how long did it take for you guys to record the first album?
Well, to be honest with you, that Woman song was the first take. That,
Oh, that was
that
the first one. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, that's what you're hearing there is one take. And then we added the keyboard and solo, sax solo later.
Oh, wow.
But I would say from beginning to end, it probably took us about, if you were to add all the time together,
Yeah.
it's probably about 6 days.
6 days for the whole
Mhm.
album?
Mhm.
Wow, you guys really stayed up and only had a few hours of sleep, huh? You guys worked hard on that.
Nocturnal.
Yeah. Oh man. That's
Yeah.
insane. I mean, I was thinking months or almost a year.
Well, it took time, but if you combined it all into hours, it would probably be about 6 days.
Wow.
And that's also
Incredible.
due to the fact that, we're dealing with professionals,
Of course,
and
yeah.
Drew Canula, I mean, our engineer, producer, co-producer, he has an ear as big as all outdoors.
Oh, cool, man.
Same with our drummer Mike, same with Jamie and Phil and
Yeah.
George.
Yeah.
Everybody, we have ears, we're using them.
Yeah. That's good. So moving on, and I mean, you can share what you can, but you want to share just a bit of just this new album in the works?
Yeah, sure. So go back one more notch.
Yeah.
So Woman is out with the cool video. And that was at the advice of our management. They knew somebody that did those lyric videos, and
Okay.
then Jamie and my wife Mary and our PR folks, they all kind of powwowed and came up with that in Times Square. And it turned out to be really cool.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
So then bouncing forward from that is a song called Change. And it's the first song on the album.
Okay.
And we really put ourselves into that one too, in the
Okay.
fact that we Beat Farm Music is our label, and Beat Farm brought us to Hawaii, and we had a listening party for the first album.
Whoa.
And while we were there, Jamie wrote the lyrics to Change. And when you
Wow.
listen to the lyrics, she actually was in the ocean when she speaks of it.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. All of the
Wow.
songs that you're hearing equate to real life at some point in the lyrics or in the music.
So cool.
Yeah. So Change is coming out next.
Okay.
From what I've understood, some of the radio is playing it now,
Oh, okay.
but it officially will come out soon, I think before the end of the month.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then our goal is to have the album somewhat complete by the end of April.
Oh,
Uh,
wow. That's soon, huh? Okay.
OG8 2, and then I think without giving out anything, I hope I don't get in trouble, but I think it's going to release September.
Oh, okay. So
after
Single
the
will be
summer.
out the end of April, but the album September.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and there might be a single in between too.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I've kind of released all of the business side to the people that are doing that, and I'm just focusing on the guitar.
Right, right. Yeah. You did your part, so you're like, yeah, you take the rest. Yeah.
Well, everybody is, man. It's so much
Yeah, of
fun,
course.
and people like yourself too. I mean, it's everybody. It seems in this evolution of this project that we've met on this path have been so kind and so welcoming.
Wow.
It's a really nice place to be right now, and because we are uh, basically evolving with our own label with
Mhm.
this,
Right.
we're not really responsible to anybody telling us what to do.
Oh, you guys have the freedom.
Yeah,
That's yeah, and that's what's important is you can do and stay there and till however time you want, right? You're not bounded by a contract. You're not, oh, you can only be here so much of the time. You're there to create music and bring the songs out at whenever time you want.
absolutely.
I
Yeah,
love
that's
it.
where we're at.
Yeah, that's awesome that you're blessed to have that. So,
Thank you. I feel the same way.
oh
Everybody
yeah,
involved, even the wives and the girlfriends, everybody is so cool.
that's awesome.
And then with that, you'd asked about what's coming. So to not give out anything,
Right, right.
Jamie is coming in. So we did a session a couple weeks ago with the rhythm section, and
Okay,
then Michael Underwood just left a couple days ago. We did all of the drum tracks, and now this Thursday through Sunday, Jamie's coming back in, and we're going to do the majority of the vocals.
very
And
cool.
and once those are complete, maybe a couple more sessions.
Yeah.
Then we'll go into, kind of final mix, and then it'll go to mastering, and then it'll be ready for people to listen.
Yeah, can't wait, man. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the end of April for that first single from the album for the new one
Cool,
coming up. So,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I gotta say, Jamie, I complimented her. I saw her with Zoe Bowie at
Mhm.
Fremont last weekend, and
Oh.
man, the way that she sings, it's powerful. You're just like, good God! Like if I was holding a glass, it'd probably shatter because of how strong your vocals are. Like,
Yeah,
geez, but it's beautiful that she has that, just the way that, and she does it so naturally, very
yeah,
natural.
yeah.
It's like
It's
she's not trying, she's not trying to, no, it just flows, and it's just like, oh, so anyway,
I liken it to it's in her and it has to come out.
yeah, oh yeah, but yeah, it's awesome, and
Yeah,
I want to one thing
I
about music. Go ahead, sorry.
go ahead, sorry.
No, I was gonna say, just is there any inspiration on the second album from like your roots of other artists that have inspired you? Because I know there's certain times I interview other artists or musicians that are recording an album, and they're saying, it's probably inspired by someone I looked up to, or you know what I mean, or someone I was,
Mhm.
yeah. So if you want to share,
Yeah, yeah, no, I get where you're going. I think that for me, I don't listen to a lot of music anymore. I mean, it's kind of all in my head. But I
okay.
will say that, like listening to some of this new stuff, Jelly Roll,
Oh yeah,
Chris Stapleton,
yeah,
um, some people that are really singing the songs, you can tell it's from a place inside their heart,
mm,
and it's coming from their soul.
yeah,
I really dig that. And I
yeah.
mean, I really like playing with people like that where it just comes out, and that's how I play. So,
Wow,
I
I like
mean,
that.
those guys I really look up to. And a lot of the country guys, man, I mean, those guys can play. And
Yeah,
and they're so nice too.
yeah,
Brad Paisley and people like that. I mean, they've got their craft, they've got their chops, but
yeah.
they're also nice people too.
Yeah, and that's what speaks volume is the fact that when you meet them or you
Mhm,
hear their story, right? And I
mhm,
mean, we don't really know them in real life, of course, but a lot of them are humble and they're just
mhm.
genuine and they're just like, hey, I mean, I love what I do, but I'm here to also just be human and just interact with you and just enjoy something, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And when you see that side of them, it really blesses you to know like,
Mhm.
wow, like they're just chill, just like you and I, Troy. Like, talking to you, I'm just like, oh, you're so cool, man.
There's no difference. Yeah, I mean, you as well. I mean, this is how it should be.
It
I've
should,
met
yeah. I
I've
agree.
I've met and played with lots of wonderful people, and of those people, the people that are the biggest stars are so kind and nice and easy to
Wow,
get along with.
that's awesome.
like you. It's really cool.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, and I hope in the future we can meet in person because I mean, I
Yeah.
do so much interviews with people virtually sometimes. I'm like, yeah, I want to meet you in person at least in my life.
You name the time and I'll be there, man.
All right, man. Well, I know you'll be out here in Vegas sometime, hopefully
Yeah,
this
I
year.
think
So,
so. Yeah. From
yeah,
what I gather, they're talking about doing something out there. So maybe sooner than later.
we never know, but I'll definitely meet you. So we'll definitely have some root beer or something. So,
Ah, right on, man. I love it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool,
I'm
dude.
in. Count me in. And a good cup of tea.
Yeah. There you go. Yes. I want to say it's just inspiring, just the fact that how, as a musician yourself and just the artists you mentioned, for me, because I play drums and I don't share that a lot, but I do.
Cool.
But I just got to say, as a musician connecting with another,
Hmm.
is just the fact, like from back when, who I've studied, like David Bowie, Brian Ferry from Roxy Music,
Yeah.
David Byrne, just certain legends from that time too. It's unique, and I mean, there's so many out there, but just the way they write, the way they take their time in writing.
Yeah.
It's not something rushed. It's not something that's just, of course they're professionals, so maybe they can bring on an album that is quick, great, and maybe there's some time it takes longer than others. That's fine.
Mhm.
But when you hear the
Yeah.
quality, right, and you hear it, you're like, oh damn, like yes, like
Yeah.
Genesis, right? Phil Collins and all them.
Oh man, I mean, talk about superstar.
Oh
The cool thing about what you're saying, and I agree completely. But the cool again to go with that,
yeah.
that every single one of those people that you mentioned has this amazing band behind them
Yeah.
that can play like I mean, just top notch, top
Oh,
players,
yeah,
and
man.
like David Byrne. I mean,
Yes.
his rhythm section is,
Oh, God.
that's why I'm so proud of OG8. I mean, I feel like we could play, if we decided to do a jazz album, we could do it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I
You
don't want
should.
to. Oh, I'm sure our guys would love it, but
Oh,
you
I
know what? I
bet.
mean, there's something like you said. There's something about a rock band in full flight
Mm,
that just makes your adrenaline, pick up and flow.
yeah. Yeah,
You know.
and that speaks volume, is that? And that's why I'm looking forward to hearing the second album from you guys, just to hear that, just I'm really excited, and but that's what's important is because each one is connecting with someone when they perform, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that's what makes it strong because I've seen David Byrne live before in concert and man, his team on that stage with him, it's like they're so naturally just involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
bro, it's like hanging out with your buddy and just like, hey, how you doing over there? Great. You hitting that great, Fun,
It's like
man.
that. Yeah. Well, you as a drummer know. So
Oh
when you
yeah.
get in a pocket or a groove and you look over at your bandmate
Yeah.
and they're smiling at you and you're smiling at them and you're in a zone, it
Yeah.
there's nothing better.
Yeah. Nothing better than that. You're lost in that time of just nothing else matters in the world except the moment with your bandmates. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And it's just you
And
gotta yeah.
yeah, you mentioned about being on stage. I have stood on stage live with OG8 and I can hear Jamie is so powerful to go to what you said earlier.
Yeah.
She's such a powerful, soulful singer that I can hear her without the PA on the
Oh
stage when she
man.
sings. And it just makes me smile.
Yeah. Incredible, right? You're just like,
Yeah,
oh, go
like
ahead and do
Robert
your thing,
Plant,
girl.
like Ann Wilson.
Yeah, just like Ann Wilson. That's right.
Amazing.
Well, it's been such a pleasure talking with you, Troy. And oh my God, I mean, we can go on all day about this and talk about music and just all
Yeah,
great stuff. Yeah.
yeah. I would love to talk more with you. It's
Of
cool.
course, man.
It's
Yeah,
nice
you're
to
always
meet you.
yeah, pleasure. And down the road, we will definitely meet in person. But
Cool.
before we close on this episode, how can the viewers stay updated with you and your music? You could share the links to your Instagram, Facebook, and the music platforms.
Sure. So we're on all the platforms. If you Google OG8, you'll find us.
Okay.
Pretty simple. The
And then
website is www.original and then numeric eight, what is it?
okay.
Official.com. So original, the number eight official.com.
Okay.
So
And do
there's
you
all
have
right
your
there.
own page as well?
Yeah,
Your own
mine,
Instagram?
you can just Google my name, Troy Williver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And for
Yeah.
those that like to share their story on Rhythm and Roads Las Vegas, my Instagram is Joshua Jacob Official. I believe every story matters, and your story can impact someone out there who's wanting to start that new business, creating a song, who knows what it is. And your story can be that one to spark them to say, you know what, if they can do it, I can do it. And that's why I have Rhythm and Roads is for that reason. And Troy, thank you. You were such a blessing today sharing your story of OG8 and wow, I'm glad that you are blessed, my friend, to have this, especially your own studio. I mean, not everyone has that.
It's very nice, and it also
Yeah.
saves a lot of energy.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
It's
But
really
we
cool.
but we wish you the best this year and especially the new album coming out and hopefully in September. And we look forward to the new singles coming out. So
Really
thank you.
appreciate you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you again. And guys, this is Joshua Jacob, Rhythm and Roads, Las Vegas.